gone glassy. There's some kind of small insect hatch going on, and these fish are not real enthusiastic about hitting any kind of hardware. They're up on top, they're feeding on some kind of small insects. So what I'm going to do, there's a lot of fish behind me there. I'm going to pull into trolling gear for a bit, and I'm going to whip out my my slip bobber rod and see if we can tempt a couple of them to go on a piece of night crawler. So let's see what we can do here. Pull out my cooler here where I keep my worms. Now we're getting breeze, so that'll probably mean I gotta go back to trolling soon, but I want to give this a try. Piece of night. What I've got there is just a small piece of worm on a super sharp little mosquito hook. Bobber down. Bobber is down. Up. Oh, playing with it. Oh, bobber's down. Something so fun about fishing with a bobber. Of course, I got a lot of slack out. There we go, fish on. Oh yeah, that ultralight is fun. Oh, I love it. It's exciting when you get them when you're trolling, but this is like being a little kid again. He doesn't know what to think. He's like, what the heck happened? Oh, he's all, ooh, there's that dude in the kayak. Yeah. He was laughing at me a minute ago. He ain't laughing now. Woo! Oh my gosh. I love this rod. That is a kick in the pants. Oh, good. I think I got him right in the lip, too. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, man. He is fun on that light rod. Let's see here. There we go. Slip bobber, baby. That's a barbless hook. I'll see if I can get him off there real quick. Woo! Wow, that was a strike and a half. Wow, that was crazy. Today, we're going to talk about slip bobbers. Now, slip bobbers are absolutely deadly when you're fishing out of a boat or out of a kayak, but they are doubly deadly for bank anglers looking for trout, for a couple different reasons. Here's my rig. I'm using one of my 7-foot 3-piece ultralight trout rods. I'm spooled up with 4-pound fluorocarbon line so I don't have to fuss with a leader. I'm just going to put my hook right on the end of the line. Let me walk you through this rig, and then we'll talk about why slip bobbers are so effective and how you can use them. So let me step up to the camera here. The end of my line, well, let me start from the top. The first thing you're going to put on your line is right here. See it on my thumb there, is a bobber stop. You're going to follow that with, catch up with it there, a small bead. Then you're going to put on your slip bobber right there. In this case, I like a high visibility bobber, so I got a nice chartreuse foam one. Then you put on a split shot, which you can see right there. And finally, I've got this whole thing tipped with a tiny little light wire mosquito hook. Now here's how a slip bobber works. That stop, you can move that bobber stop up and down the length of your line, okay? You can move it up, you can move it down. What determines the depth that you're fishing is the distance between the bobber stop here and the hook. In this case, I'm about 3 feet to 40 inches deep, which is right where I want to be. The water's cold, the trout are up near the surface, but this allows me to fish near the surface while casting well offshore. Can't do that with a standard bait rig. If I cast that bait rod that I've got soaking over there with a standard power bait rig 30-40 feet offshore, I'm going to be 20-30 feet deep out there, and I'll be beyond the fish. The fish are up near the top. But this slip bobber, it allows me to work near surface water out there. Now in terms of bait, you can use a lot of different things with a slip bobber. If you can use live minnows at the lake you're fishing, they work great. Night crawlers work great. Red worms, mealworms, crickets, salmon eggs, pretty much whatever you have confidence in, you can drift underneath a slip bobber. Today I'm using just a little piece of an orange and brown gulp crawler, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pin that on my hook. And they're not hook shy with a presentation like this, so I'm just going to pin that hook into the worm, bring it right around, kind of in classic, kind of worm fishing fashion, and it looks just like that. Now, when you're all rigged up like that, it's time to cast. With a slip bobber, you don't want to fire it real hard. You want to make a nice lobbing cast, okay? We'll do that. Just lob it right out there. Like that. There we go. Now, I don't reel in the slack. That bait's going to work its way down, and I got a little breeze here. It's going to drift that way, and you can't see it, but right over here, I've got a big open water cove. So I got a couple choices to make. I can let that drift kind of right down past where I'm fishing, and I can reel it in, or I can walk down past my other rod. I can open the bail on this reel and kind of prop it up and just allow it to kind of drift off into the lake. You can cover a whole bunch of ground doing that from the bank, and anytime you're covering more ground when you're fishing from the bank, covering more water, the better off you are and the better chance you have of hooking fish. So, slip bobbers, super effective way of fishing. More guys should be using them. It allows you to control the depth. It allows you to cover a maximum amount of ground. It allows you to fish a bunch of different kinds of baits. And when you see something messing with the bobber, you let that fish take the bobber under. You just start reeling till you catch up with the fish, set the hook, and it's fish on. Anyway, that's it. That's our 3-video series on bank fishing for trout. The rest is up to you. Get out to your favorite lake, take some gear, do some experimenting, and start dialing in the approaches that work best for you. If you haven't had a chance to, click on over to the Fish Hunt Shoot Productions store. You might want to pick up one of these 3-piece ultralight rods. It is a smoking deal over there. We've got a lot of great gear at great prices. And if you haven't had a chance to subscribe yet, please hit the subscribe button, and we will catch you next time right here on YouTube. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't have a Fish Hunt Shoot Productions channel. FishHuntShoot.com offers a variety of tackle as well as rods and reels designed to get you on more and bigger fish. Check it out today at FishHuntShoot.com.